Game Bread is in the building, and these guys just flapping gums at each other any chance they get. The fight clock is brought to you by Modelo.
Hey, I'm not surprised.
Yo, what's up, guys? Manny here, back with another video. I just woke up and I was thinking there's a lot of good fights coming up, especially in the month of November. There's a lot of good fights. We have the Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz fight for the BMF title. We got the KSI versus Logan Paul fight in boxing, and we have a bunch more other fights coming up. But I'm gonna break down the BMF title, Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal. So this fight right here, it's a crazy fight, you know. Jorge Masvidal has been at it for a long time. He's a vet in the sport, you know. So is Nate Diaz. Both guys have been at it for a long time, been grinding for extremely long, and they both deserve this super fight, and it's for a title as well. It's for the BMF title. First time it's ever been done, the BMF title. I'm excited to see what that belt looks like, but looking at the fight itself, you have Nate, who hasn't fought in, well, he just fought, but before that he hadn't fought in like almost 2 years, you know, almost 2 or 3 years. So, but every time Nate fights, you know you're gonna get a war. You know, he's never been one to just go out there and get his ass beat or not give you a crazy fight. He's never been knocked out fast. I don't think he's ever been knocked out, actually, you know, that I can remember. He has crazy submission skills, high-level black belt, you know, high-level boxer, crazy cardio. And then you have Masvidal on the other hand, who also has crazy cardio and is also a very high-level striker all around the board. His boxing specifically is very good. You know, his movement is very high level. You know, that's something I always loved about Masvidal watching his fights, is just watching his striking movements. And Masvidal has been on fire lately. You know, he knocked out Darren Till when Darren Till was, you know, just supposed to be the next thing, you know, the next biggest thing. He just knocked him out, murked him. He murked Ben Askren, you know, destroyed Ben Askren when Ben Askren was on an 18-fight win streak, and he was undefeated, and, you know, just whooping everybody's ass. So, coming off of those two big victories, Masvidal is, you know, he's on fire right now. He's a serious problem, and he's very exciting, and it's finally, after a long career, he's getting that push that he deserves to be at the top of the sport. You know, you have all these guys who come in and maybe they're not even that good. They haven't been working as hard as certain people, and they get shined for whatever reason, you know. And it's good to see Masvidal finally get the credit he deserves and get the shine that he deserves. So then you have Nate Diaz, right? Nate Diaz, obviously everyone knows how tough Nate Diaz is. He's been on the grind for a very long time, and finally he got his push whenever he beat McGregor. You know, finally they were respecting him, and he was getting some respect and some extra push from UFC when he beat McGregor. And, you know, he took a break, came back, whooped Anthony Pettis' ass, destroyed him. He took a little bit of damage in that fight, but Nate Diaz usually always takes damage. If you look at all his fights, you know, when he fought McGregor the first time, he was all bloodied up. Then he finished him with the choke. You know, Nate Diaz is one of these guys who actually gets stronger as the fight goes on. So my prediction for this fight, this is a very tough fight to call because both guys are very similar. But I think the X factor in this fight is going to be the jiu-jitsu and the grappling game. You know, both guys they stand up on the feet, but I think if it goes to the ground for whatever reason, Nate Diaz's jiu-jitsu is so high level that he would be able to submit Masvidal. Masvidal had in the past, a long time ago, he has been submitted, you know. He got submitted by Toby Ibata years ago in the WEC by a reverse triangle. And Nate Diaz is an expert at the triangle, so that's something to watch out for in this fight. In this fight, I'm going with... In this fight, I'm going to pick... And, you know, this is a tough pick as well because both guys are so good, and it's a very tough fight to predict. But I'm going to go ahead and pick Nate Diaz by second round submission or by 5-round decision in this fight. You know, this fight is a tougher one to call. You know, I believe Nate Diaz will probably be the underdog in this fight. So yeah, I think he's a better bet. He's a solid bet. Yeah, that's the Nate Diaz by second round triangle or by 5-round decision. I just don't see Masvidal, you know, getting past Nate's reach. Even though Masvidal has very good footwork, I feel Nate is gonna come out and he's just gonna use his boxing, use his reach, you know, really put the pressure on him. You know, he's gonna make it a dirty fight. He's gonna get him up on the cage, grind him up on the cage, and if it gets to the ground, Masvidal is in big trouble. You know, even though Masvidal has amazing wrestling, if it gets to the ground, I feel like Masvidal will be submitted. So that's my pick. Nate Diaz, second round triangle, or Nate Diaz, 5-round decision. All right, drop a comment below. How do you think this fight will play out? Who do you think will win? Do you think Nate will actually submit him? Do you think Masvidal can knock Nate out? Will not Masvidal be the first to knock Nate out? I doubt it, but let me know what you think. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and make sure to subscribe. Peace.